The views and opinions expressed on Slam Radio PH are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of Wusa Studios, its management, other hosts, or advertisers. The shows produced by Wusa Studios can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and might include strong themes, images, sex, or language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Is this my mic? I don't know.
All right.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Slam
I don't
Radio
know.
PH.
Why can't I hear myself? All right, whatever.
I
Hey,
can hear
guys.
you, You're fine.
All right, welcome to Slam Radio PH, episode 29?
Sure, let's go with that.
Something like that. Something like that. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aaron Atadi, the managing editor for SlamOnlinePH.com. To my right, you have the Mr. Nico Ramos, who needs to eat, apparently, because you're becoming see-through, bro.
I know.
Hey, that's pretty weird.
strange.
Hey, you need to.
I feel like the Halloween episode.
Yeah, well, either that or that's like how the defense of kind of see through, you know. All right. Well, I'm not gonna take
He's
any shots.
recovering from Achilles. Let
Yeah.
it go.
Robbie Raya not joining us today. I believe he has a meeting because he's like he owns a restaurant and stuff. So
We don't know because we haven't had any of his food.
No, I don't know.
Lang yang yun.
Yeah. So Robbie, bring us some freaking food, dude.
And show up for work, goddammit.
I know. But we will have some special guests later on. Joining us for this episode, we will have Gilas Pilipinas wingman and probably the best defender in all of Asia, Mr. Gabe Norwood. As well as Player of the Week this week, just recently announced, Mr. Sol Mercado. Yeah.
AKA happiest man in the Philippines.
Oh yes, we will talk to him about that. We will see how well these two best friends know each other a little bit later on. But right now, let us concentrate on what happened around the world of basketball. First, we start out with shouting a shout out. Brand new segment here on the show. We've been doing it for about the past 3 weeks. It is where we give a shout out to anyone in the basketball world for whatever reason that may be. As long as we think that they're deserving of a shout out, we'll do it. All right. So, Nico, you can start out.
I want to shout out to whoever it is that controls the lights and the music over at the Staples Center for Kobe's comeback. I didn't see it. You just told me about it. As if hindi pa sila lugi enough with the contract they threw over at Kobe.
Yeah.
They upped the ante and they raised the pressure of his comeback after an Achilles injury that only took him 8 months to recover from.
Oh, only 8 months.
By playing the Imperial March while he was being introduced.
And I will do the reenactment. For those that didn't see it, it was at center, Bob Sacre. At power forward, Paul Gasol. At small forward, it is Wesley Matthews. And at point guard, Steve Blake. Pitch black. I mean, the shit went dark, right? And all you saw were like phones and shit. And everybody's like, oh, God, something's going to happen. And then they play the Imperial March, and it's just Kobe's face on the jumbo screen. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's the closest thing to a playoff game.
Yeah, that they're probably going to get.
A playoff excitement that the Lakers might get this season. So at least there's that.
Yeah.
At least there's that.
And he came out, and he hasn't really done all that much yet. We're watching the game live on Twitter, so we'll see. Yeah, see? Kind of see-through.
See, I love this season for the Lakers because nothing you say hurts for a Laker fan. Because we know we suck, right? We know and it's not like last year where we weren't supposed to suck.
Yes.
This lineup is supposed to suck, but on some nights, on 10 out of the first 19 nights, they've been really good and they're fun to watch. And even when they lose, they're like, hey, at least they had fun with it.
Puso.
Yeah.
May puso.
Puso.
Puta, may puso
Si
to.
Jody Wicks, hindi na puso na puso. So I'll be like, yeah, it's fine.
We'll take it.
It's all right.
We'll take it. Okay, my shout out this week goes out to, both teams, but one team more especially. Of course, shout out to San Beda and to La Salle for having that Champions for a Cause. That was a damn good game.
1.8 million was it?
Yeah, 1.8 million raised for the Yolanda victims. But That's not the shout out of shout outs. It is shout out of all shout outs. Goes out to the De La Salle Green Archers.
Okay.
Most especially Norbert Torres, Thomas Torres, Eli Revilla, and Jason Perkins. Because despite having
And Arnold Van Upstal.
and Arnold Van Upstal, they were there. They had an awesome game. You know, they did their thing, and they were still nice enough to go and party at the Sonic Carnival and have practice the next fucking day.
Yeah.
Badass.
Technically in the middle of a tournament.
Yeah.
Because they're playing PCCL.
They're about
right?
to start their tournament.
For the PCCL.
Yeah, apparently that's still going on. Apparently they're still doing the PCCL.
Oh. Well, I saw them. And congrats.
Congrats, yeah.
Making it especially the Perk, who was in a fucking full suit.
Him and Norbert, they were like busting out the suits. Like I just came from a wedding. Like, yeah, and you're in the open field dancing to Steve Aoki, sweating your ass off. You know. Shout out to you guys. You know how to party for college students, man. Bad fucking ass. Good job.
Now that's real baller status.
Exactly. I mean, hey, I came from a game, a charity game.
Right?
Came from a wedding after that.
Right?
Go party with Steve Aoki and
practice the next day.
and practice at 10 o'clock the next day. I left.
Congratulations.
I fucking bolted. I was like, I'm done. I can't take this anymore. My legs are not as young as they used to be. I got to sit the fuck down. They're like, no, we're going to stay here. I won't say what time it is because somebody might be, like, Coach Judah might be listening. But
Judah face the
Yeah, I
shit
know.
out of them next practice.
you know, just do that the whole fucking time, you know? But, yeah.
Neither of us was wearing sleeves
No,
that night.
no.
And I was sweating my ass off. I felt like, I was in hell practically. And then I saw Perk and the guys in full suits.
Yeah.
I was like, I do not want to be you.
No, it was fucking hot. That's just saying the least.
Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations, guys. Good job. Shout out goes out to the De La Salle Green Archers this week. Okay, let's talk about some basketball right now as we say hi to RJ and to Kai who are listening. Hello. Of course, there was a lot of basketball that happened, but the one thing that I wanted to focus on first is that it has been reported. I don't want to say confirmed because we don't know. It has been reported that 30 Ravenna and Arvin Tolentino have agreed and they have committed to the Ateneo program.
Yeah, I saw that bit of news come out, and what's interesting is because we've heard conflicting reports before
Yes.
that 30 feels as if playing in the same position as his brother might not be the best for him.
Yes.
Similar to a Jeron and Jerick situation, but. What's more interesting to me is Arvin Tolentino. As soon as that article came out, he tweeted and said, "Not yet."
Yes.
With 3 T's on
Yes.
each word.
Because one T is not enough.
Not yet.
But right when it happened, also, Jerry Pingoy tweeted him saying, bro, ang sarap maging A.
Uh-huh.
And then Arvin said, masubukan niya. So I was like, all right, okay. But considering that, okay, what if he did go to Ateneo?
I think.
How do you think he'd do? I mean, would he fit the system? I mean, he's gonna be a stretch 4 in the UAP. When he makes it to the PBA, he'll probably be a 3. But yeah,
I think Arvin Tolentino, unless you're probably De La Salle. Yeah, unless you're De La Salle in the UAP right now, Arvin Tolentino enters any team, he has to start.
yes,
That's just how talented he is. I mean, we've covered him in the NCAA juniors the past 2 years now, and he was ready to be in the UAP last year.
Yeah.
And even more now. As in, sa finals, petics lang. As in, pinetics lang talaga niya sina Kobe. I mean, not because they weren't that skilled, the Greenies, but because Arvin was just that good. And he's mature, and he doesn't need to get his numbers because he has nothing to prove at the high school level. I think if he enters Ateneo...
I mean, there's nobody that's going to be competing with his minutes anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's
There's nothing there.
That's what I was thinking about, because if he plays the 4, because Ateneo only really has 2 spots that are locked down. Kiefer at the 2,
Yes.
and then
Newsom
Newsom at the 3.
3 or 4 or whatever. Yeah,
And then Arvin can fit right alongside Newsom
Yeah.
there, and everything else is pretty much up in the air.
Actually, that Newsom-Tolentino tandem, that'd be freaking good.
Yeah. And
that'd be good.
I think if we've learned anything from last season, I mean, neither you or I are big Ateneo fans, but if there's anything we've learned, is that Kiefer has to have as many weapons around him as possible.
Yes.
Because, we are Kiefer fans after all. And masyado mabigat for Kiefer to have to carry the load, especially in the league like the UAAP. So if he has more weapons around him, he's going to have a much better season.
I know for a fact that that it's, well, okay. I've talked to some people, and from what I heard, that it's not set in stone yet. There's still a chance of him going to La Salle. There's still a chance of him maybe going to NU. And then, of course, there's still the chance of him going back to San Beda. I don't know which one he should take. Honestly, for me, I think maybe going to NU might be a good idea. Now that Ray isn't there, Glenn Cobuntin, we're still trying to find where his game went. Robin Roño's not there anymore. I mean, there might be a spot for him there. The thing is, he's going to be all alone.
Yeah.
Maybe Ateneo might be just the best place for him to go right now.
Right. It's almost impossible for you to tell a kid you don't go to the La Salle program, especially after they won a championship. But in this case, if you're a blue chip rookie and you play that 4 spot and you're looking at La Salle, no matter how much La Salle wants you, maybe you look another way.
Yeah.
Because if you want playing time, I mean, if you want to really be able to develop your skills at that high level on the floor during the games, you're not going to be able to do it with La Salle the next few years.
No. You're going to sit out probably the first 2 years, maybe, because it doesn't matter the position. They have somebody at all of that, maybe except probably a 2 guard. But no, they have 2 guys that are coming in that play 2 guards. So
right.
You're
I mean, as much as I'm sure, this is a sentiment as well.
Yeah.
I think this is why La Salle isn't going after Tolentino as aggressively as they would have in the past. It's because, hey, if we could have you, great.
Yeah.
But you know what? It might be best for you to play elsewhere.
Yeah. It's just, it might have been one of those moves. We'll take you just so that you don't play for anybody else.
Yeah.
So it might be one of those.
So, Arvin, wherever you go, as long as you get to play, you're going to have a great college career. So good luck. And as far as 30 goes, 30 is the same way.
Yeah.
30 is the same. He's going to have a great college career if he goes to a program where he gets to play. Actually, and this is just crazy, but 30 might be better off with La Salle instead of Arvin in La Salle.
Actually, because of the fact that this is Almon's last year.
Yeah.
LA is gone. 30 might be like a damn good fit right there.
Right.
Big guard. Hey, that should be a thing. Hey, we just fucking figured that out.
Let's go after Ravenna kid.
That Ravenna kid's pretty good. You guys might want to consider that. Just in case Coach Juno really is listening, you never know. All right.
UP, start doing something.
Yeah, they were.
Get somebody.
Oh, there you go.
Coach or something.
All right. And I guess our guests have walked into the booth. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wusa Studios, the extremely big guard, Gabe Norwood, and the also very big guard, Sol Mercado, joining us here in on Slam Radio PH,
and
guys.
The crowd goes wild.
Yeah, welcome, guys. How you guys doing?
I was just about to talk smack about them.
I know we were about to talk about yesterday's game, but now Gabe's here, so that's gonna get kind of awkward.
Yeah, let's change the subject.
We're not gonna talk about that. Not at all. We're with, of course, just bringing it a little bit closer. Yeah,
I can't hear myself.
Oh,
All right, there we go.
There you go.
We're with the 2 guys, the Gilas Pilipinas, Gabe Norwood, and Player of the Week, Sol Mercado. Sol, you had a damn good week this week.
Yeah, man. I mean, we wanted to win at least 2 out of 3 this week. They gave us the NBA schedule this week. But yeah, we got 2 out of 3, which was good for us.
Gabe, on the other hand, if there's one thing that I could say, you blocked Sol yesterday and you said something. There was something that was said. What was that?
I might have muttered a little something. I finally caught up to him. I think he beat me to the basket 3 times in a row. felt like my feet weren't even moving, so I had to do something to stop him.
Yeah, we were at the scorers table, and I was like, Gabe, did I get quicker? Because I'm just blowing right by you. He goes, yeah, no bull, man. On one of them, I think my toe got stuck.
For those that don't know, these two guys are part of this group that's in the PBA culture. It's called the Brotherhood.
Right.
Tell us about the Brotherhood.
It's just basically, 5 Philams basically that just came together out here, met out here. I think other than Saul and I think Joe might have met each other in the States. Did you guys play in a tournament?
Yeah. Well, we knew the same people. We played in the same
Okay.
tournament, but he was in the year before me. So I knew about him before I came out here.
And then outside of that, myself, Saul, Joe, Josh, and Chris Ross, we just kind of made this bond out here, our families and everything. So it's basically our home away from home. And
Yeah, I see like the other Philams. They're jealous. They want in. They're like, man, what do I gotta do to?
They're like, you're telling me Chris Ross can get in that group and
he
I
can't
can't?
make a freaking 3, and he can get in. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Now, it really has nothing to do with basketball, man. Like, we really just got, like, the connection between all of us, Josh and Chris, they lived with me for a little bit. Me and Gabe lived together for a while, and when you get us all in one room, man, it's comedy, for real. Like, you guys have to see how we are.
I have seen how you are. That's why we've been trying to actually have a show where it was just Brotherhood.
oh, that would
And then we would leave. It'd be like, all right, start of the show, go.
My
That
problem
would
with
be dangerous.
my problem with that is we might not come back.
Yeah, they'd be like, we don't need you guys anymore.
Yeah.
We're
We're like
good.
those 5 dudes. Instead of you guys.
yeah, we're not out to steal jobs or anything.
All right. The last time that I talked to, I remember this. Me and Gabe and Chris and Gabe's now product endorsing family. We all had dinner and talked about Just Saul. I was writing an article for Slam, and we were talking about Just Saul, and I was thinking to myself, man, these guys are so busy with practice and in the middle of a season, all that, they might not come out. And they were like, oh, we'll see what we can do. And I was like, I'm doing research for an article on Saul. They replied immediately, we're there. We are there. And they came in early, and they had a lot of things to say about Saul Mercado.
Like what? For those that didn't read that article, we'll probably throw back that sometime. But Gabe, there has to be like 2 or 3 things on the top, because we're gonna ask Saul the same thing.
Outside of the obvious, like Saul's just ultra competitive. Within the group, it's probably Saul and then Josh when it comes to just straight competitive.
Really?
Like they
Josh?
have to win. Yeah.
I didn't
and
really
you
get
you
that.
wouldn't know. You wouldn't know with Josh, but Saul makes it a little bit more obvious. The shoulders flare up a little bit. But yeah, I think that was the biggest thing out of our conversation with Nico at dinner was it always came down to competition. Like he has to win, whether it's video games or getting here to the studio, or, you know what I mean? Just anything. It just comes down to
What was
having
it
to
that
win.
him and Josh had a blow up on? Was it Scrabble or something?
No, we were playing spades when we were playing spades at my house. Yeah, and I don't know. They're both wants to cheat when it comes to
No. Hold on. Josh is the ultimate cheater. I don't like winning by cheating. But when Josh cheats, I got to cheat a little bit to stick with him.
So basically, the argument was like, who cheated worse?
Oh,
Because they ended up both cheating. It was,
My cheat was not intentional. His cheat was intentional. My cheat was like I don't know if you guys know how to play spades.
Yeah.
We actually threw out the big joker when it wasn't able to be thrown out. So we saw like where the jokers were and what teammate. And after we won, it was the last hand. After we won the game, then he brought it up. It's like, nah, this game, no, it doesn't count. There's cheating. I was like, oh, you want to bring it up now? Why didn't it happen when you did it the first time?
my kids are asleep. And I was like,
Me and Josh were about to go blows. Over that. Because we're like, you just wasted an hour of our time to call the game on the last hand? It's like, you
and
serious?
this is over spades.
over spades. Over spades.
And
It could be anything. Spades, dominoes.
Bowling,
Madden.
apparently.
Our new game is Rumma
Yeah, Rummacup.
What's Rummacup?
Get Rummacup.
Hey, if you
Change
get on
your
it, you'll
life.
be hooked.
I'm not gonna play with you. I've seen
I
you.
know I'm not going to play with Josh now.
Yeah, Josh is gonna go fireball on
And
me.
he'll
I don't
cheat.
like-
He'll cheat.
He'll
He's a
cheat
cheater.
too, man. I don't like that.
No, it's a good game.
What about Gabe? Well, you got to drop something out because Gabe has this image where it's It's Gabe is one of the nicest dudes
Yes.
on and off the court. I mean, I've known Gabe for a long time, and whenever people are like come up to me, oh my God, I got this big crush on Gabe Norwood. Is he really such a nice guy?
Can I put you on blast, Gabe, please?
Be careful.
This is what Slam Radio PH
All
is all
right,
about.
Okay, look, Gabe, this really irritates me. But Gabe has the dimples, and he got the nice complexion, the smile, and hey, everyone loves him. Thinks he's the nicest guy ever. Man, if you guys only knew how he be frying people when we're just us,
In the brotherhood,
he talks the most mess about. No, I'm talking about not. I mean, with us, yes, but like other people. Boy, he will fry people to the fullest. Like, and he'll get on these rolls.
I'll admit that.
He'll even know. Be like, all right, Gabe's on one of his rolls because he'll keep going and going and going, just frying people. I'm like, yep.
Because it's like a once a month thing. I think I hold it all in, and then I just let everything go. And at times I step over the line and things like that.
Yeah, so much for the angel Gabe.
we all got problems.
All right. So later we're gonna have a little game where we're gonna test how close you guys really are. But right now, I just wanted to. We're just gonna say something with a blank, and I want you guys to fill it in. Okay.
All right.
So very simple. Like, Saul, the best player in the PBA is.
I had to say Jumar Fajardo.
All right. That's about.
He's a problem.
He's a problem. Gabe.
Beast. Dang. Yeah, probably between him and Japeth right now. To be honest,
Yeah.
just if you're looking at the body of work so far this season, they're changing things. They're changing game plans and everything how you have to approach teams.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know where the old Japet was. He got taken by aliens and they replaced us with this. He got Space Jam.
Yeah, he got
is
Space
what
Jam.
happened. He's a monster now.
I'm proud of him, man. Like
Yeah.
for real, when I was teammates with him, he's a great teammate, great kid, and you could tell just his talent level. There was something that was holding him back. I just didn't know what it was, but now I think he figured it out, and it's problems for the league. Man.
He probably sat down with Gabe, and Gabe went off on him and stuff. Like, no, thing is, no, I look nice, but no.
Okay.
Hey, Gabe's alter ego, his name is Danny Waypoint. So
Danny.
yeah,
Danny.
when
Waypoint.
he starts frying people, it's Danny Waypoint, not Gabriel.
Oh my God, that is the name of the episode right there. It is episode 29. Danny
ask
Waypoint.
him how he got Danny
What
Waypoint.
is Danny Waypoint?
You or something else.
Oh, you know you're gonna take it back.
All right.
You're gonna get back at him.
Yeah, what was yours again? Jumwell.
Metaview.
Metaview. No, because it was stupid. You know how they come up with those things online where you how to find your porn name.
Yeah, okay.
And you take your middle name and the street you lived on. My middle name's Daniel, and then I lived on Waypoint Circle. So he said I'm Danny Waypoint.
And when we first got that, he had this kind of different swag. That's when he had the little mohawk. I was okay, Danny Waypoint.
I was kind of feeling myself a little bit.
Danny Waypoint.
Well, that's not too bad.
I haven't heard that one in a while. I wasn't expecting that.
Hey, if you think that's bad, my middle name's what? Angelo. I lived on Rainbow Drive.
Oh my God.
I would have been Angel Rainbow. That would have been horrible.
I think
Yeah.
you're probably on a different.
I know.
You're in that different genre.
I don't like this formula. All right, okay, my turn. After you've been laughing at me a lot.
Hold on. What's Aaron's though?
I would have been Joshua Dryden.
Ooh, hey, that's
not bad. That's not bad.
I hate you guys. This is why we need Robbie on this show to make fun of him. You've been laughing at me a lot the last couple of days. Even on Twitter, you've been putting me on blast.
That's my fault.
All right, okay. After the best player,
Danny Waypoint.
after the best player in the PBA, I want to ask, who defends you the best in the PBA?
Man.
And you know Saul's not gonna say Gabe. You know,
After yesterday when he went for 20, he shouldn't say me. Man, I guess I'm not the most offensive-minded player in the world, so that's kind of hard to answer. But you got guys like Ping He's a problem for me just in terms of length and everything like that.
Like, say for example, you're on the open court and you're thinking dunk, and
Well, this dude bodied me yesterday. I saw that. Golly, I didn't even get the ball to the rim. But yeah, in terms of strength, Saul's easily probably the strongest guard in the league, and yeah, probably Saul, Ping. You know, Chris Ross will pressure you all over the court.
let Chris Ross hand checks.
Yeah.
And we
Fantastic.
just checked. He still hasn't been traded yet, so that's always a good thing.
That's good. That's good. All right, what about you,
Saul?
Saul?
This is not being biased either.
Uh-huh.
It's between Gabe and Chris.
Really?
Yeah. Like, whenever I'm playing them, I hate when they're guarding.
Is it because they know you so well? You think?
Probably so. Because, you know, I mean, me personally, not trying to sound conceited, I feel like I can get to the paint whenever I want. But there's guys that can predict sometimes when I'm going to do my crossover or when I'm going to hesitate and just go right, you know. And they're probably the two of the best that do that.
If you could play one person one-on-one, because I know you guys have had like 1,000 one-on-one games, but that one player that you haven't had one-on-one against,
In the league?
In the league.
In the league?
Who would it be?
Man. Well, I guess up until yesterday, I wanted to see how Romeo did, honestly. Honestly, just to watch him a lot in college and then just the way he's been playing the last couple games. So I had my instances there. But outside of that, man, I feel like I've kind of defended everybody I've wanted to defend so far. So I guess I don't really.
Yeah, right. No, but like I know Saul likes playing one-on-one. I know he
Just like calling people out.
calling people out because I remember it was my first conference with the PBA, and Saul tweeted something. I'm not even gonna say what it is. I'm not even gonna say who it's about anymore because that's way in the past. And I asked him. I was like, "Yo, Saul, could you take him one-on-one?" And Saul was like, "Man, you ain't even asking me that." But if you could play somebody one-on-one, who would it be?
One-on-one, man, I had to say, since y'all are on that, I don't know if FTS thing is on that one-on-one thing with
Yeah, they're running a one-on-one thing.
Yeah, so I would love to see JD one-on-one. And
You've
just-
been talking so much smack about JD ever since. Shout out to the From the Stands guys. They put up Saul and JD on the same side of the bracket, and they're the first matchup. And ever since then, Saul's been giving JD so much smack.
Hey, man, JD agreed to come to the show before you guys did. So, you know, we got JD love. And I do a mean JD impersonation. So.
I've heard
we gotta see.
Yeah, hey man, you know I'm gonna beat you, Saul. We're gonna go one-on-one, and then we're gonna surf, and it's gonna be fantastic. We're gonna go have some chitlins when we're done, and we're gonna have some fun. I look like Steve Aoki.
JD, an underrated defender also.
Oh yeah,
he's a great defender.
Yeah, man, and that hair, man.
Yeah.
Gabe, you should not do anything like that.
I shouldn't.
Nah.
That was
No, JD was calling you guys out though because he felt alone in the bearded community in the PBA, and then he was like, there aren't a lot of guys who could grow a beard, and then he called both of you guys out and said that you guys should join him with a beard.
I think honestly, I'm the original beard. Even though mine's
See,
not
he's
like
even
real.
taking that away
Mine's
from
not.
JD.
No, hold on, because I'm losing
gotta
respect here because everyone got the beard and all that. But I think I was the first to have the beard. In the PBA.
Yeah. In
Ever,
the history.
ever.
In the history of the PBA. It doesn't matter. League's been there.
I've done my research.
38 years in the PBA.
I've done my research.
No one's ever missed a shave ever.
They didn't allow facial hair in the back in the days.
Which player, aside from him, talks the most trash?
Joe.
Joe talks a lot.
But Joe would just now he's a little bit under control with Coach Tim because there was times like I remember when he first got over there with Coach Tim and me and Saul were teammates. It was me, Saul, and Rob Wainwright. And I think all three of us blocked Joe's shot on the same possession. Like it was like back to back to back. And Joe wanted to say something so bad, but like Coach Tim was just had that scowl. It was killing him. It was killing him. But
He
Joe,
was so mad that time. We would always bring that up because he like bumped us. He wanted to say something. We were all talking mess up.
but also underrated is probably Chris Lutz, but he talks to himself. He
Are
doesn't-
you serious?
Not-
Chris like
He talks to himself?
Yeah, he
I think
gets
he keeps
hyped.
himself going, you
He
know what I
talks to the opponent, but not in a way like it's direct. Like he'll say like if you're there, he'll be like, "Let's go! You can't guard me! You can't guard me!" You know what I'm saying?
he doesn't like look
he won't like look at you.
Yeah,
like, you know,
not like you.
Yeah,
yeah. You go
No,
up
let me
on-
tell you, my answer. The biggest Matt Stalker is Mike Cortez.
Yeah.
For real.
Oh,
Hands
nice.
down.
Yeah.
Like he does stuff where you're like, are you serious saying that right now? like for real, he'll tell you like, hey, your man's over there wide open. I won't pass it. Go ahead and get back. Go ahead and get back. Like he'll say stuff like that. Like
Mike
for real,
was-
like stuff is like, are you really saying that? Like
Like
his
having
way,
a full conversation.
yeah, he has full
like
conversations.
Like even
during
if you're
the
on the
game.
bench, like if he's in the corner and like you're on the bench, he'll like turn in the middle of the play and just be like, "Hey, are you gonna get in the game?" I'm like, yeah, just like simple stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm not supposed to answer.
I don't know. I gotta ask Coach. What you can
Yeah,
ask
Mike.
him.
Yeah, I forgot about Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, man, Mike Cortez.
And Chris lets screams around you. And then
Yeah,
that's
he
it.
gets hyped, man. He almost gets me hyped, even though I'm his opponent. I'm like, yeah, like, get cross him up.
Oh no, I remember Chris Lutz's rookie year. He got to you a little bit. I mean, you guys were going at it,
We
and
got
then
back and forth.
Yeah.
and then Chris was doing that thing where he was trying to pump himself up. And I'm not gonna say who, but it was Sal Mercado. It was going to halftime, and Saul was about to go into the dugout. He stops, turns, and he tells Chris, "This is my league, son."
And he was right.
He's like, "This is my league, son. You're just playing in it."
Oh, see,
Hey.
that's so.
Hey, you know, Chris, man, I love talking mess. You know, I talk all
yeah.
the time on the court, but with Chris, it's fun because, you know, me and him were roommates with Giles. So, like,
okay.
even last game we played him, he was shooting free throws, and before he used to, because I have some background on him, so before he used to always tell me, like, Alderman, I hate when I get mad when I touch the rim on free throws. So he missed a couple. I was like, hey, I remember the Chris Lesson that got mad when he touched the net, when he touched the rim. Now you're missing. Like, no, it's kind of cool to talk when you have some background with him. But
right.
he gets so he's
intense.
intense.
He's a very intense
and
player.
he's killing this year too.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's doing pretty good.
What about coaches that talk smack? What up? Because
Oh, this is where I want to talk. I want to talk to Salt because Gabe's had what 2 coaches.
Yeah, two
Yeah,
Two
like
coaches?
even opposing coaches, like, you know, if you're playing them and you hear them talk smack at you, because I know that every time you guys play Samick Coffee,
Yeah.
Coach Yang always has a lot to say to Mark Barocca for some reason.
Yeah, he has his favorites. Definitely. Chris Lutz is one of his favorites. I think Jay Wash is one of his favorites. Like Coach Yang, he goes after some people. But at the same time, on the other end, I don't think the only person who's really said anything to me was like my rookie year. I think Coach Ryan said something to me. I like posted up toe pegs. And I went to like fake a pass like over his head. And they thought I tried to elbow him in his face.
Yeah.
I was like, he's 5.
Typical Coach Ryan.
He's
You know what I mean?
5'2".
Yeah, like how my elbow is at his face, so it's gonna happen. I think Coach Ryan thought I did it on purpose.
Yeah, but I mean they know you as the Angel. We know you as Danny Waypoint. You know,
Yeah. It might have been Danny. It might have been. It might have been.
What about you, Sol?
Well, it's funny because the 2 coaches that used to talk to me, they actually got me on their team. One was obviously Coach Ryan.
Yeah.
You know the history of that. I got a funny story to tell y'all, just a past game about that. And then Bakuli, when he was on Baracco, he used to yell at me all the time. Like, shut up, man. You're like,
He used to yell at you?
Yeah.
But didn't you play for him in PBL?
No,
Or
I
he was
played
an
for coach.
assistant?
Yeah, he
He
was
was an
like a
assistant.
consultant. But yeah, he used to yell at me. So yeah, I mean him and then Coach George was my coach. So when he's on the bench for Hinever, he's always talking to me and stuff. But yeah, those are like the 2 guys right there. And then they acquired me, and then traded me after I scoring an assist.
You know, we tried to fight for that BPC and that even the MVP at that
Yeah,
point.
man, I
but,
appreciate y'all, man.
But what's this story that you were gonna say?
Oh man, we were playing Morocco just this past game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even before the game, I was talking to some of my old teammates and stuff, and you know, can I say this on air?
Go ahead, man. It does
I
something.
really have a problem with that guy.
Okay.
You know, and it just, you know, makes me sick.
Uh-huh.
But so they were like telling Gabe told me like he saw Batoyo Malone.
Yeah, at a like a kid's birthday party.
And Batoy said something like, yeah, man, Saul killed us last game, but how come every time he hit a shot he would look at Coach Ryan?
Why did
I had to
you?
play it off. I was like, Batoy, I don't know. I don't know.
Got a line in his face.
No, I know his aunt was sitting behind
right
him.
behind the bench. They got
behind
the tickets messed up.
Yeah,
and-
I don't understand. So why were you looking?
I mean, just
Yeah.
it kind of gets me
Extra
fired.
fire.
You know, it's just
At
kinda
least you weren't going Chris Lutz in front of
Right,
him. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I said some things I shouldn't have said, but it's kind of a game
Yeah.
within a game for me. You know, it gets me going.
I saw you go over there towards the end too. High five everybody.
Yeah. It's all love in the end. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all respect. You know, it's
Well,
just
that was
part
of course when they had the game wrapped
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, if we would have lost, it would have been that.
What was it this past week that both of you guys didn't know how to shoot free throws at the end of games?
I was 3 for 4 last game. I was pretty happy about that. I was 1 of 6 going into the game for the conference, but nah, it was just one of those things. I don't know. They felt good. Like me and Saul were talking before last game. Like, man, like we went up confident. Like I wasn't nervous or anything, and the ball just didn't drop. But luckily in that game we won. The ones I made them, we lost.
Yeah. And Saul just didn't want to get 37.
Last game, during the game, after Gabe, he missed his free throw. He comes down, he was like, man, I'm 1 of 6 now. I'm 1 of 7. I was like, yeah, that's not very good. He was trotting back on defense. I was like, that's not good.
Gabe, actually, my brother's watching right now. He goes, hey, at Aaron Ataitic and Gabe Norwood, share some of the stuff on our WhatsApp group.
No,
I'd rather have it than you
no,
don't.
I can't. No, I can't. I try to. Yeah, Cash and O, don't touch Dad's phone.
anymore.
Don't touch Dad's phone.
No, we could leave that out. All right, we're gonna test how well you guys know each other. Okay, we're gonna ask some questions, kind of like how those newlywed games.
Okay.
All right. I mean, we know how much you guys love each other, hugging and stuff before the game and hugging after. And I see the little high five, that little low five, like, all right, just the fingers, So we're gonna test how well you guys know each other. All right.
All right.
This is not gonna end well.
No.
I can see it already.
Okay. So we got a pad of paper here, and we're gonna give it to one of you. Okay. We're gonna give 5 questions each.
Okay.
I'll ask Gabe something about Soul, and you gotta say what it is after he writes down his answer.
All right.
And the same thing with you. Okay. No cheating. No cheating. Okay. Josh ain't here, so you don't. You don't got to
Is there
cheat.
a winner in this? 'Cause Saul still might cheat.
I know he will, just because it's against you.
Right.
It's gonna be the same thing. So I guess we can have Gabe go first. All right. So we'll ask
So just
questions
number
about
1 to
Gabe.
5, or-
All right.
No, you can just write it big so that we can
All right.
see it on the screen. First question.
All right.
We've been thinking since last night. When I talked to you guys, I texted him, "Oh my God, we're gonna have Gabe and Saul. We're gonna make him feel pain."
Okay. Saul, which player in the PBA does the Angel Gabe Norwood dislike the most?
Does it have to be a Kurt player?
No,
It
no,
can be
no.
anybody.
No.
It can be
Oh,
here, there, anywhere.
Oh, all right. Wait for him to write it down. Everyone
that Gabe has played against, which player
See,
in the PBA does
the-
he dislike the
The
most?
thing is, he might write something, and you might say something, and
then
there'll
we
be
get
2
2
different people. All right.
You said it can be current or
Yeah, current or
retired.
or back home, or
on the
somebody
bench
that is in the PBA.
I already know.
Just write it big so that we can get the camera on it.
I don't really know how to say his name, though. But
You don't know
I
how to
already
say his name?
Yeah, I don't even know how to spell it.
All right, well, just write it out.
I already know
Okay.
exactly who.
Did you write it down?
No,
They can't just say it at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Aries Dinawan.
yeah. And it wasn't even anything against him. It was just like I felt like there was
He just
guards
didn't like
on his
him. I don't
team.
know why.
I don't know. Like you know how some players like their games, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. And I forget who is he with at the time. I think like
I
Red
think
Bull
Coke. I think it was
or
Coke.
Coke, and like I think Chris was there too. So like Chris wasn't playing. Like they were playing him in front of Chris, and then Alex was there too.
He had nothing good to say about him ever.
Yeah.
That's why when you guys said that, I was like, oh, does it have to be Kurt? 'Cause he's not in the league
Can
anymore.
you show
I
how
just started with the A.
he tried to write it down? It was
I
like
just started with the A.
It's
and
like
I was
fucking-
That's all we got. Hey.
there was
all we
nothing.
got from
That
the
was
last
it.
name.
when I got to the last name, I know I was gonna mess
I
it
like
up.
fuck that. Okay. So, Oh, perfect question. What is the birthday of Cash? With the year.
Oh, you gotta know this. You're
Oh,
Cash's favorite uncle.
Oh, you Uncle
All right, the
Saul.
year's gonna get me.
Your Uncle Saul.
It's April 2nd. Let me think.
Uh-oh.
2011.
April 2nd, 2011.
Oh, 1 point.
Perfect.
1 point for
Perfect.
Sol Mercado. Nice.
I'm Nino, man.
Man, exactly. Nino better know that shit, man.
It was the year. It's the year that got me.
Okay, I'm glad though that Cash's birthday is April 2nd. None of you got any excuse to forget my birthday. It's the day before.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he's
April Fools.
April
Yeah.
Fools.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd rather be called April Fools than the other name.
Angelo Rainbow.
I'd rather call you the other name.
All right. Go.
Okay. Third question.
All right.
1 point for Saul already. 1 out of 2.
Yeah.
No, it's 2 out of 2.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's 2 out of 2.
yeah.
2 out of 2. Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I'm trying to pull a
See,
Josh
you
and
see
cheat
that?
him.
You see that? See how
Trying to-
competitive he was? Hey, that's 2. hey. That's 2.
Trying to shortchange me, man.
All right. In everything that you guys have competed in, right, against each other, whether it be cards, whether it be bowling, basketball, what's one thing you could safely say Gabe Norwood is better at you?
In like competitive nature.
Yeah.
Like something that you're competitive at.
Like, if you would do a best of 7 in this one thing, you'd safely say, yeah, I'd probably lose to Gabe.
Oh. All right. So Gabe's got that down.
Probably spades.
Spades. Saul says spades. Gabe says
Dunk contest.
Dunk
He's messing on your hops.
His shoulders are too heavy. Shoulders are too heavy.
Hey, I used to have bouncing back in the day.
I see you still tap the ring a little bit.
No, I slap board though. You see?
Yeah. All right.
Nah, but there's not too many things that Gabe's better at me. If you would have asked if there's one thing that I better, that would have been easier.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, 2 out of 3.
Yeah, because he plays until he wins and then he stops.
And then stops.
I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with that. Okay. Let's see here. Man, I had so much last night, but now I'm scared to ask it because Soul's sitting right here. I'm scared, man. Okay. If there was one part of Gabe's game that Gabe always thought that he could do better, what is it? That he's like, man, I know I could do that a lot better, but it's just not happening.
I mean, probably defender and rebound.
Really?
Hold on. What was the question?
No, that one aspect of your game that you know that you're a lot better at, but it's just not happening.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, what is it?
Just
That,
guess I
you
changed
you
it.
writing,
I already
you
said
writing?
the answer, yes.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
no,
Okay.
because I was just meaning like being overly just being more aggressive, consistently aggressive throughout a game.
All right.
I had down. And then
Oh, he thought you were asking what is one aspect that
All right. Well,
I think he should do better.
All right. Then
Yeah,
let's just
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
change it. All right. If all right, fuck that. That was. If Gabe wasn't a basketball player, what would Gabe be doing?
He'd be playing.
Wait. Hold up. If Gabe wasn't playing basketball, this is what Gabe would be doing.
Are you serious?
All right.
He either be a football player or coaching.
Football player.
Oh, you would have
coaching.
You would have got. You should have gone
Yeah,
with your gut.
I had coach down, but I went journalist.
Oh, you know it.
I went with my major.
You know it. You know we're gonna have Gabe on the PBA telecast someday. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, man. We used to do. I think it was our rookie year. My rookie or my second year, I got this new camera, and it was HD quality video.
Oh,
and that was
no.
before anybody had. I was the first ever to have the HD quality camera in the
ever
world.
In the world.
In the world. He made it from scratch.
So when I got that, we would videotape everything.
Oh, I'm
And
sure
I
you
would,
did,
I would
son.
be the
Oh
camera.
man, is that camera still alive?
I'm sure you
So
did.
I'd be the cameraman, and Gabe would be, the journalist type, and he would just come up with stuff like words and stuff. We'd be like,
He'd come
how do
up
you-
with
it
stuff
was
like
like-
words.
It was just
Damn, that's a journalist
make
right there.
words up.
nah, but it was good times. Just stupid stuff. Like we'd be just stuck in traffic and just start recording stuff or
Where is this stuff?
Man, honestly, I'm so
Yeah,
sad.
this is- it
We
actually
had
is
the
a sad-
best videos, like the best videos from everything. We go back and watch them; they're hilarious. And I had it on a hard drive.
Don't tell me your hard drive got stolen because that's
No.
not safe.
My hard drive, I gave it to my brother-in-law,
Oh.
and I actually fought him for this.
Uh-huh.
Because he wanted to get some files off of it, but I had all my stuff on there. It was like 2 terabytes worth, and he dropped it and broke it. And there's no recovering file. Went to all types of stores and
Oh, man.
engineers to see if they could recover files, and nothing. They actually have it in the States trying to get the files from
fix,
it.
yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, me and him fist fought off of that one.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I was very, very angry.
Man, if somebody broke my hard drive and I know if I had a brand new HD camera and nobody else had, I know I needed
It's
to
the
have
memories,
those.
man. You can't get those back.
And I'm telling you
And now
right
there are
now,
other
if you guys-
strangers looking through Saul's videos.
If you guys saw these videos,
Wait, what
they're just
videos?
so dumb. Just
Oh, okay.
dumb
I used to
stuff.
set him up too. Like sometimes
Yeah.
I would act like I didn't have the camera on, but I'd just keep it like this, and I'd ask him like some exposing questions. So I'd have some blackmail, some stuff.
I'd be driving, didn't even know the camera was on. Messed up.
Yeah,
that was Danny Waypoint for
Danny
sure.
Waypoint.
Yeah, that was for sure.
That was Danny
Lay,
Waypoint.
Lay, I'm sorry.
All right.
All right.
All right. Oh, one last. One
Two
last.
out of
one
four.
last,
Two
one
out
last.
of four. One last. What's one movie that Gabe would never admit to really liking?
Like The Notebook or something like that.
Yeah. Like, what's one movie you know
That he's like, man,
That's-
that was a
that's
good
hard,
movie,
man.
but don't tell anyone.
Like, have you ever caught him? Like, you step into his house watching You Got Mail on HBO or something like that.
We're not the type to really, hide our emotional side like that. Like I'm proud. Like Notebook is one of my favorite movies.
Yeah.
I'm proud. Like I'm sure Gabe.
I've never finished it, to be completely honest. But this fool, like,
I love Notebook.
Like when I said, like, we had this conversation before. I was like, yeah, I never finished the Notebook. Like, I fall asleep or whatever. And he like got mad at me, like, what is the greatest love story ever? Oh my god!
Speaking of Notebook, though, we have one person. I'm not gonna say in a brotherhood that's really like he tries to hide his emotions and his feelings, especially when it comes to girls.
Put money on Tony.
You know.
You don't got to lie.
Uh, so we're not gonna-
It's Chris. It's Chris.
Yeah.
You know it's Chris.
But there's, he's kind of, seeing somewhere. And we don't, he doesn't ever want to admit it. But the other day, he told me, he said, man, I watched a Notebook. That's when I knew. I said, there's something going on. And then he said, but then my power cut out, so it was a sign that I wasn't supposed to watch it. I said, but you tried to watch it.
That was intense.
You were willing to.
You were willing to watch it.
You just don't pay the bills because
Hey,
you didn't have
and
a team for 2 months.
And I'm proud of him, man. There's progress. I'm very proud. Shout out to that guy.
Shout out to Sierra. Hey man, we had him on the show and he didn't have a team yet, and and we were riveted the whole time, man. We love Chris around here. So no movie.
All right, even if it's
Let's
not
let's get a better question.
Yeah, because
It's the last one too.
All right, what's the one song then that Gabe likes that nobody else likes? that one song on his iPhone or his iPod that he loves playing,
He's not gonna
and
get this
then you're like, man, why the fuck are we listening to this?
Like, you ever caught him in his car? He puts his windows down, blasting some
Yeah.
Taylor Swift or something.
Like, yeah, man, I'm loving me my T Swift right now. She got that drop like Drake.
I'll just say it.
I'm gonna give his boy a shout out.
Okay.
This ain't gonna be the right answer, but I'll give his boy a shout out. He does listen to this dude named Taylor Dunn. That's his homie.
Uh-huh.
So he listens to that. We don't listen to that.
Yeah, shout out Taylor Dunn.
Yeah.
His pops is assistant coach at the Knicks. They're struggling, but
Oh man,
What do you
41.
mean?
They
They lost
They just lost by
41.
41.
They,
Celtic. He's
they
a
only
senior.
lost by 70 today.
he's a senior playing at LaSalle University in Philadelphia. Keep hooping. But yeah.
What's that song, man?
What is the song?
No, the song is, I was gonna say, Lay knows this, but it's Colby Calais. Like her first
Oh my
hit.
God.
It's like I like to wake
Bubbly?
up and listen to it. Not that one.
Coco something?
Nah, what's Is it Take Time?
Take time.
Yeah, I like that song.
Oh my.
I like that song.
Realize.
Realize.
Yeah.
There you go.
Realize.
Oh, go.
Yeah.
Go.
No,
Do it.
We know it.
Do it.
You said the time. You started, and he knows too.
Y'all can go. It seems like y'all want to
Lover
go.
boy over there. No, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That was one of the first songs like Lay made fun of me like that, and I think I had like a random Jordan Sparks song like on just the single,
Just a single.
not the album.
Not the album.
But Kobe Calais is probably
Which one? What is that? The Air I Breathe or something like that? Jordan Sparks.
No air.
No air?
No
air,
Chris
yeah,
Brown.
Yeah, with Chris Brown.
Well, at least Chris Brown was on it.
Yeah, it saved
Alright.
me a little bit.
All right. So,
Okay.
so Saul finishes with 2 points.
2 points. He started out like
Y'all had some tough questions, man.
Oh, hey
Y'all
man,
toss-ups.
hey man, I got my first question.
I answered the definite ones, though. you know
to
what I'm
Gabe. It's gonna be in like the
I got
area.
a feeling he's going to be protesting some of the
Yeah.
questions later on.
Yeah. Gabe,
All right.
on like let's say from 10 to 15, 16 to 20, 20 plus onwards. Give me an area. How many tank tops does Soul have?
Oh no. So what were the ranges again?
And we can go at about like 150.
I mean,
Hold on. Let it
Okay.
write it down. No, just you know what I mean.
We'll give you a plus or minus
Yeah.
5.
Okay, yeah.
We'll give you a
Okay,
Plus or
sorry,
minus
just a
5.
number and then
Plus or minus 5.
So I'm just gonna write one.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
number. And then we'll give you plus that, so that's about a 10 range.
I'd probably say like 18.
18.
But he only wears like 4 rotation.
So anywhere between 13 and 23.
Yeah. Hey, man,
15.
15.
Yeah.
Hey,
Not too
man,
bad.
you guys hang out too much.
Too
you,
much.
You see.
Too much.
Oh man. All
And
right.
between him and Chris, they shop like my wife. So
Nah, Chris shops a lot. Ever since I, got tied down.
Yeah.
Hey.
I gotta save up for certain things.
All right, Nico.
All right, Gabe. When it comes to Saul,
uh-huh.
what? And he never really admits to things that he's not good at, or anything like that, right? But what would it be that he would say he needs to improve on when it comes to his game?
You know what? Just say it. What's the one thing that he's like, man, I suck at that?
Yeah,
Man,
But when it comes to basketball,
Yeah, to basketball.
basketball.
what's the one thing he needs to work? Oh, this
Hold
is
up.
easy.
Hold up.
Oh, are you done? Are you ready? Because, oh my goodness, I got examples out there.
Oh, change his answer.
Oh man, that's long. I think you wrote a paragraph.
Yeah, it might be. You good?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Is it your help side defense?
Defense.
Hey, I swear, if you watch tape on Saul, it looks like Saul's playing a zone the whole game.
I'm a fan of the game, so I don't want to miss the action. Dang. They don't understand that. I'm a fan. So when certain people have a ball, I like to just watch and see what they're doing.
That's
I
the one
forget I'm
thing-
playing.
That's the one thing I love when Saul's guarding me. I know I can get at least 2 offensive rebounds, easy,
Just be like,
easy.
Hey, I've improved on that a little bit though.
You
A
worked
little
on
bit.
it. You worked on it.
Worked on it.
You turn sometimes now. You turn and look.
Because Joe told me that in film session, all Coach Tim talks about is my outside defense. Look at Saul.
how bad he is.
Look at him. He's just standing there. Yeah, and I come down and give you buckets though.
all right.
Hey, Gabe's 2 out of 2.
That's 2 out of 2, man. Hey, he started 2 out of 2 as well.
Yeah.
This is when it gets difficult.
This is when y'all just start making questions.
yeah. This is when
Y'all each had one in your mind back home. And
Yeah,
then
and I was like, all right, I can't ask the rest, because obviously you're locked down. I can't ask the rest of the questions that I was thinking. No, that we'll wait for Chris to get here. We'll do that.
Because
All right.
Because the funny thing is, when you started giving me the range for the first question, I thought it was like the age of the girl.
Hey, man. That,
age ain't nothing but a number, man. Age ain't nothing but a number.
She was a mature 17.
I can say anything.
Wow.
she was fully developed.
She was 18, bro. She
I'm
was
gonna say
legal.
anything. Slightly because I'm scared because Saul's right here. But as much as I'm scared of Saul, I'm even more scared of Denise. I've known her a couple years. I've known not to mess with her.
Don't mess with her.
I've known Denise longer than I know Saul.
Me too, yeah.
She's scary, man. She's scary. All right. Gabe, I asked you the same question. I'll ask you Tim. What's the one song on his iPod that you don't listen to it and you're like, man, why the freaking hell we listen to that song?
Oh man.
Or like an artist or
Artist.
there has to be someone, Saul.
Yeah, because Saul, you listen to a lot of music, and there's been some times where
What's that?
all right, let me think here.
There are like, like maybe like you've been listening to a lot of, I don't know, like David Guetta or something
tough,
like
man.
that. I don't know. Because
It can't all just be
Like,
Biggie and Tupac in
yeah,
there.
you can't be listening to Rosetta and the whole time. There has to be like one song where.
Nah, I'm an R&B guy, man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You would be
I
surprised.
don't really listen
Like-
to rap.
like
He's actually
Drake.
put me onto more R&B artists like that I've never heard of.
Yeah, man, I'm a
Yeah.
lover. In case y'all don't know.
Obviously, your favorite movie is The Notebook.
Yeah,
so
I'm a lover, man.
damn.
I'm just hard on the outside.
All right, so one artist.
One artist that's like, man, why are we listening to this?
Well, are you good?
No, he hasn't even
I
written
have an artist in my head.
because obviously with him, it's like, man, everybody should be listening to my shit.
Yeah, basically, like, why are you not listening to this?
Yeah, nothing is off on me. I don't understand.
Wait a minute, you getting ready? Like you at the warm ups? I see you sometimes with your earbuds on, and you're listening to Miguel and shit.
Yeah. I honestly, hey, for real, in my car before the game, I
Uh-huh.
would listen to worship.
Really?
Yeah, praise and worship.
Wow.
It balances me out, man. Because the game, I'm already gonna be.
Yeah.
So-
and then you see Chris Lutz, and you're like, ah.
So before the game, I like to,
Oh.
just relax a little bit.
Okay. Nothing.
I was gonna say because you were like the biggest Jessica Sanchez groupie.
Oh wait.
But I'm saying like on some
Wait,
groupie
yeah,
status, like
yeah, because he's drop dead in love with her.
Hey.
I
Yeah, I used to have her YouTube videos.
like he had
There you go.
the channels queued up, all this stuff. I
There
was
you
like,
go.
Like, I like the show.
on iPhone-
Like I would watch the show, but this dude was like taking it to the next level.
Hey, because her covers before before she
he's
won the
he's
show,
serious. He's
Yeah.
serious.
Jeez.
Like on YouTube, yeah.
on YouTube. So I
Yeah.
would like put her Beyonce covers in my playlist and just play it on my.
Hey,
There you
don't,
go.
Don't be nice about it either. He would blast it. This is when we were still living each other, so like I could hear through the wall. So I could hear like Jessica Sanchez playing.
She's a beast.
That was like that's what would wake Cash up in the morning.
Nico's been in love with her for a long time.
No one give me any more shit about Jessica Sanchez.
Hey, Saul got it too,
because
so he's right there.
I'll tell Saul.
Man, okay, you blasting Jessica
BB
Sanchez
Chez,
through
bro.
the.
Blasting.
BB Chez.
What'd you say, BB Chess?
Yeah, that's her nickname. That's like her Sasha Fierce. That's,
yeah, I
that's
knew
what she
that.
calls
BB
herself.
Chez.
Yeah, I knew that. You know what? I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you're
give.
full blown.
I'm gonna give that point to Gabe because he knew that more than you did, man. That's pretty badass.
Yeah, that was a good one.
You
That's a good
see
one.
her sing 2 national anthems at the Pacquiao
Yeah,
fight?
that was
Yeah.
amazing. Man.
That was out of this world, though. I'll give her that.
That was
I
better
mean-
than a
I'll give her
fight.
that.
Yeah.
All right.
Josh wouldn't punch back. That's
Oh,
why.
man, Josh, man. And he got back in time for the game too, man.
That was
That was
impressive.
impressive. He jet. One last question.
All right. Okay.
Because obviously Gabe already won.
Okay. One more. Man.
This is a competition.
Well,
No, it doesn't
Now
count for
he's
anything.
gonna ask for another question.
now.
Can it be a bonus question with 5 points? Use that kid.
I know his address back home.
He's over here sliding you the question under the table. It's-
Okay. Oh, okay. Gabe, do you know what Saul's career high is in the PBA?
Oh,
Do you know what Saul's
nice.
career high is in the
Nice.
PBA?
You know, Saul's got that on lock.
Yeah,
He knows
his field goal
the-
percentage, free
How many
throw
assists
percentage.
he had?
Speaking of numbers, y'all know Chris Ross one shot 0 for 14 a full year?
Yeah,
From 3?
From 3.
0 for 14?
He had an 0 for year.
Dang.
Yeah,
Yeah,
0 for 4.
his second year.
We asked him like, okay, in your first year, how many 3-pointers
I
you
said,
take?
you took 14 attempts. How many did you make? And he was like,
6.
6? I was like, you missed it.
Yeah, right. 6 to hit the rim.
He had an 0 for season. So we like talking about stats. What was Saul's?
I know he almost went
Career
for
high.
50. Yeah, 40 something.
Oh,
Was it
that
40?
that looks. Look at Saul's face, like
Was
man.
it 47 or 43?
Settle on a number.
He should know this, man.
Yeah, because you guys were
If you don't know
teammates.
this, I'm hurt.
Because you guys were teammates at the time, I think.
I want to say 43.
43. Gabe is going with 43.
That's your final answer.
Oh, look at that.
Can I get a plus or minus 5?
Yeah,
Yeah. I'm going with 43.
43.
45.
45.
45.
close.
What was it?
On Ryan Gregorio again.
Between 43, 40.
Was this your first game against
Nah, this was they were pure food.
Pure Foods? You guys are still teammates.
At Ranch.
Yeah.
That's what makes it
that was
even
my
worse that
memory.
we were still teammates.
Yeah,
We're
because
still
he
on
probably had like 10 dimes on that
it.
too.
Yeah, because I know his career high.
Oh, see, he's trying to get a point back.
it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
go
wait,
ahead.
wait.
Go ahead.
You see, this is the competitive nature we're talking about. All right.
Can you get a point back?
now-
Okay.
And I know the team.
Oh,
So now this is an end.
yeah.
As a tie.
This
All
is
right.
this and there's a tie.
Until
Just-
he gets his bonus question.
yeah. All right.
All right.
Okay. Write it down. Write it
write it
down.
down.
Write it down. And the team.
All right.
All right. Bonus for 1 point to tie this up, and we can close this episode.
Gabe's career high is 8 points.
And against South Korea.
Nah, I think his career high is 23. Is it 23
Is that your final answer?
Is that your final answer?
against Ginebra? No,
23 against
It was
Ginebra.
close.
It's
You got
close.
the team
Got the
right.
team. I
You got
You got the team right.
20. Oh, he was 29.
See?
I
And
missed
just
those-
like
I missed
that.
I
those
remember.
again.
I
Yeah.
remember. I remember it was Ginebra though.
Yeah, and just like that, Gabe Norwood.
And I
apparently
know
wins.
why he had that too. But we ain't gonna say that on air.
Why?
Oh, he's asking on air.
Oh, was that game?
Yeah, it was that game.
All right, we're gonna.
I got really mad at him, but then it turned out something good.
All right. Well, with that, we're gonna ask that off air. That wraps up Slam Radio PH episode 29. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank
Thanks
you to
for having
Gabe
us,
and
man.
Saul for having
No
us.
problem.
Man.
Appreciate it.
Man, we've been asking them to be on the show for so long.
Hey, anytime, man.
See, I told you, you guys will come here. We'll enjoy yourselves,
it's a good
man.
time.
We would just have some fun, talk basketball. Next time, we'll talk more smack about everybody else. In the
Sounds good to
If you
me.
keep paying me this 100,000 to come, I'm coming here every time. Hey.
Yo,
We can take that off of Chris Ross's
yeah.
contract.
I know how many like tank tops he has now, and I'm scared, man. He would be like, "I'll win my 100,000, yo."
I see him play PlayStation against a kid.
Yeah.
We invited him
Yeah.
to a tournament. He went there. He was talking smack to this kid standing up, right?
13.
I look over. We looked over. The kid was beating him by 15 points in the fourth quarter.
And Saul was still talking.
And before the game, we talked to the kid. We were like,
get to
you're
play.
like you get to play Soul Mercado. He's like, man, I'm such a big fan. Saul's my hero. He makes me want to do push-ups and and lift weights to make my shoulders bigger. You can follow them on Twitter. It's Merk My Words with a 3. G Norwood 5. At Nico RMS, at Aaron Ataide. We'll see you guys again next week. If you're watching the replay, BNO Live is coming up next. Thank you guys for hanging out with us on Wusa Studios. Peace.
Bye-bye.